limited time. Like how do you look in the eyes of a friend and not cry when you know that they're dying? How do you look at yourself when you notice sometimes you wish they were gone? Not because you didn't love them, but just because you felt too weak to be strong. You couldn't bear to see someone who prided themselves on the strength of your weak. Cruelty of randomness, holding for ransom their life and they're fading their dreams. You see that they're fighting and know that they're losing, but still you make jokes and you laugh. Cause you know despite all the sadness and you better get the good times while they last. And every new word that they speak you are already feeling like it's in a bag. When they are gone, you just try to move on cause the memory's hurting too bad. You've grown up so much and I wonder who you would become if you stuck for a while. Just know that I love you.
Alright, happy trails everyone. Happy trails. Excuse me. Enjoy the rain. Alright. Let's make sure everything's still good to go. Put the hood up as we leave, since it's a little rainy out. Alright. Let's pause this. Alright. Yep. We're out here. Let me zip this up a little bit. Protect it from the rain. The birds are chirping, so it means the rain must be stopping soon. It's Sunday, May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo, for what it's worth. It's 10:13, and I'll go ahead and record all the way back up to the trail, since I'm about, is it 0.5 from here? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm leaving Woods Hole right now, headed back, and then I'm going to have to stop in Pearisburg to resupply. Seems like I only need like 3 days of food, but I should probably consult the map again before I only get 3 days of food. It's raining. I've got my frog togs on with my newly created Frog Togs patented shorts, which are available to anyone with a pair of Frog Tog pants and a Swiss Army knife. Yeah, that was a great experience. I recorded a little bit last night, but I got a little self-conscious because it was raining, I think. Maybe it wasn't raining. I don't remember. But I was close to everyone else, and I didn't really want to be overheard, so I kind of got in my own head about that. But now I'm out here by myself. It's 10:15, kind of a late start. Need to kind of figure out where the rest of the group is going, because I could just have one fucking crazy ass day. My tendon feels good. That whole area hasn't really flared up quite yet, and when I was laying in bed last night stretching and moving it around, it didn't really hurt so bad. Had some really good food, again, very reminiscent of stuff my mom would make. So that was nice. Like a little taste of home. I don't actually think I've talked to my parents on the phone since, well, I don't think I've talked to them at all, except for text, since Franklin. And, not for any real reason, other than the fact that there's not service often enough to coincide. Like, when I have service, I'm typically not thinking about calling anyone, because usually I don't have service. Anyway, you get it. Whatevs. But, yeah, slept in this morning, I think, till about 7:15. Got up, had some really good, strong coffee that I guess they roast here on the premises. And, it was so strong. I was playing guitar that they had. They had a guitar here. It was an Alvarez, which my friend Josh had one of those guitars, and I always liked it because the action on the guitar is really low, so the strings are easy to push down, so it feels almost like you're playing an electric guitar. Man, I'm surprised how winded I am. This isn't steep at all. It's always funny how quickly the body tries to go back to that homeostasis point where it's just like, kind of like that Ben Folds song, or the Ben Folds 5 song from Reinhold Messner, where the guy's like, I think it's his dad maybe, "Good morning, Mr. Ben. sitting here laying in the bed, half awake, half asleep. That's one of my favorite Ben Folds 5 songs. I've fantasized many times of covering it, and so, like, you know, if you're not familiar, go find the song on the unauthorized biography of Reinhold Messner, and it's the one that starts with the phone message machine, an answering machine, and it's just this little monologue with this very smooth, jazzy kind of backing track, and I don't know, I like it. Whoever's narrating it is talking about John Glenn in space and how, like, your body loses muscle mass, and he was wondering, the narrator, if your body basically gets to a point and then stops right there, like, so that it kind of just intuitively knows how much mass is absolutely essential, and, like, won't continue to atrophy past that point. Similarly, being out here, you know, I only did 9 miles yesterday, which is, I guess, my second shortest day, not considering the 0 in Damascus. And yeah, I mean, this isn't very steep, but I don't know, I gotta get my trail legs again, I suppose. But yeah, good morning. Played coffee, drank guitar, had a great breakfast, solved world issues with Chowhound and Ollie. Ollie was a guy who was here from England, and so he and Chowhound were talking about how to solve Europe's problems, and I was just like sitting there, because I don't see how you can solve any of them, listening. And yeah, you know, my suggestion was just that when consumerism becomes more profitable than war and corruption, and globalism becomes the order of the day, and there's only one language and one culture, whatever it may be, Mandarin, Hindi, you know, whatever form it takes, that'll probably be the point when the world is at its most peaceful, in my mind. It's not great, because a whole world based on consumption sounds pretty lame, especially if it's westernized, like Starbucks and McDonald's. But you know, you think about the alternative of child soldiers, rampant pollution, again, government corruption. I'm sure most people would prefer to have a Starbucks on every corner than a child soldier with a gun. So, you know, square that circle, you fuck. You hate single-use plastics and straws and all that. Well, would you rather have your family raped and murdered? That's the price you have to pay. You know, straws or a gun in the face, your choice. But anyway, coffee was strong. It was like so strong, it was like giving me that out of body kind of sensation, a little nauseous, a little poopish. Needed to go to the bathroom, and it was nice to use the bathroom one last time, kind of joke around with people. It really was a treat to see Chowhound. I like her a lot. She's very funny, and her storytelling ability is spot on, especially when she's doing impressions of Americans. Always funny. Hey y'all, Nixie here. But yeah, I think the highlight of the morning was that Ollie, the British guy, he accidentally went into a privy that was actually just a lawn ornament, and he used it to the fullest. Took a shit. And it was funny when he was confronted. I can only imagine the embarrassment of taking a shit on a lawn ornament. And, you know, after I witnessed the whole confrontation, which was, you know, understanding and mild, I was like, so is your trail name just Ollie? Because he introduces himself as just Ollie, and that could definitely be a trail name. And he was like, no, it was Western something or another, but no one called me that, so now I just go by Ollie. And I was like, well, for what it's worth, I think Lawn Ornament would be a pretty good trail name for you. So I don't know if he adopted it or not, but you know, pretty good story. A pretty funny occurrence. A lot of young people there, relative to me. I was like a 19-year-old, probably some people in their mid-20s. It's always interesting to see people who are younger than me out here, especially being 19. That's like absurdly young to be out here doing a thru hike, but also very commendable and respectable. But yeah, just kind of enjoyed a slow morning, joking around with everybody. You know, I'm not really sure. I feel like if I did like a 27-mile day or like a 30-mile day, I could probably catch up to the group. And it's not supposed to rain after 7 p.m., so I might just do that. We'll see. See how my body feels after I really get going on the trail again. Looks like I'm coming up to it now. But, you know, overall I feel good. Rain notwithstanding. And I believe I have to take a slight right here in order to get back on the trail. And it's warming up already, for sure. But I'm happy to be out here again. I needed that time away. I didn't need a lot of time, but I needed what I got. So, 10:23. Drank a liter of water right before I left, which is good. And yeah, this is the trail. Back at it, back on it. Fuck what you heard. Yeah, Uncle Steven and Uncle Jim, I'm sorry to say, there is no easy part of this. I have no idea what might have been the best location for us to meet and walk together, but suffice it to say, you'd have been in for some shit no matter where you started. So with that, go back to my music. Bye for now.